Hi guys! I have a new microphone! Yay! It's covered with a sock, so I think it's supposed to help with like sound or something. I don't know. You tell me if it works or not. Anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing a requested topic and it is how I met my boyfriend. So, if you guys don't know, I will officially be dating my current boyfriend for a year and less than a month. We started dating in January. We met in December. At his company's Christmas party. Everyone's like, I thought you guys would have met in college. Which let's get into that. So, um, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna call him L. So he was in one of my college classes with his boss. Like, one of our professors runs a business and he was working for him at the time. So his boss was like, "Oh my god, like look at my student, like he's actually interning with us right now." I'm like, "Oh my god, like that's crazy. That's L. That is the guy that all the teachers keep talking about. Like that's crazy. I should talk to him." I never did. I have a friend, I'm going to call her A. She also works for this company. I think she was just hired full time with them. So I'm talking to her. She's like, I heard that L is in your class. Have you talked to him yet? No. No, I have not, and I will not. But she's like, you should just try and talk to him. So I'm like, okay, fine. Like, he works with you guys. He's super smart. He's answering all the questions in class. Like, he's kind of smart. Also, all the teachers in the school like talk about him because of how smart he is. Like, and my major was computer science. So if you don't know, like, usually the smart people in the class are like absolutely terrible. So I was like, like, yeah, sure, I'll talk to him, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna be nice to him because he's one of those people. Like, I don't know. In my mind, I always thought that he was just an awful person. Um, the smart guys in my class, they used to argue with professors. He never did that, but like the smart kids in my class used to always argue with professors and act like they know more than the professors. Um, and it was really annoying. So I was like, I hope he's not one of those smart people. Anyway, every day for an entire semester, I'd be like, I'll talk to him this time, and then come up with some excuse on why I couldn't. So I guess eventually my friend got annoyed and she was like, you know what? Let's go to my company's Christmas party. I wasn't thinking anything of it. I'm like, he's an intern, he probably won't even be invited. But I did ask her. I was like, do you know if Elle's gonna be there? She's like, I have no idea. I didn't know this at the time, but she actually talked to Elle the day of the Christmas party and verified multiple times with him to make sure that he would be there. So she's like, I have no idea. We'll see. We get there, he's there. I'm like, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. I feel like I should talk to him. She's like, she just walks over to him. She walks over to him, she brings him over, and she's like, this is Jasani. This is Elle. You guys talk. That's pretty much how it went. Now, also at the time, something was happening was that my shoulder was dislocated. So I'm in a sling. I am doped up on pain medication, and also I have a chronic illness in which it makes me a little loopy when things in my body aren't right. So the whole time I'm talking to this man, I'm loopy. I don't even fully remember what I said to him. I'm just like, woo. And then it was like, I need to eat food. Oh, I need salt. Like, I was feeling absolutely terrible. In fact, I believe that professor had a project. Yes, I do remember. That professor had a project that was due a couple days before, and I actually had to go to his office hours and present it to him there because of how sick I was. I couldn't make it to class. I was so loopy and out of it that the only way for me to present my project was to go to his office hours, which is crazy. it was also really funny because I remember the professor, he was so upset because so many people used ChatGPT on the project. And he's like, I know you weren't one of them. I'm like, thank you. I didn't know so many people were using ChatGPT on their projects. But I kind of wish I was in class to see that happen. Um, but so my friend A, she's like talking, she's starting conversation so Elle doesn't walk away. She also invited other people from the workplace over to make it less weird, of course. So, I'm not really talking, because I'm like not feeling well actively. Also, I don't really know Elle, so I'm still cautious. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about you. So you're gonna stay over there. Anyway, so she or eventually one guy's like, hey, like, I kind of want to do a D&D campaign. And I'm like, bro, I've been interested in D&D. Like, I kind of want to try it. Just at least observe a game. And it turns out that L was a DM, and he also really likes D&D. So that is how my D&D campaign party group was formed. Um, we were talking about it. We're like, yeah, like this would be great. This would be cool to have or do. Like that'd be really fun. So all of us are chatting it up. Then we go home, and then I talked to my friend A, and I'm like, hey, L was actually kind of cool. Do you have like his Discord or something? Now, forewarning, in computer science, instead of using stuff like GroupMe, we use Discord because I guess all of the computer science nerds have Discord. So it's not uncommon for someone to have someone else's Discord. And she's like, no, I don't have his Discord, but I can get it for you the next time he comes to work. I don't know when he's taking off, but I'll see him eventually. And in my mind, I'm like, that's not soon enough. I have to talk to him now. I go on LinkedIn, and he just so happened to be connected with me. I go on LinkedIn, I'm scrolling, and then I send a little message, and I'm like, hey, you're really cool. Can I get your Discord? And I am teased about it all the time because who goes on Discord and is like, or on LinkedIn and is like, can I get your Discord because you're a cool person? But he does send it to me, and we talk and we talk, and you know what, we've talked pretty much every day since. There were only a couple times in between where like he wouldn't hear from me, I wouldn't hear from him, but for the most part every single day we kept up with each other. And this was during winter break, so obviously I'm not at school anymore, I'm back at home, so the only way I am able to text him or talk to him is through messaging him. And then, like, I don't know, I had a weird situation where this guy's girlfriend got really upset at me for texting her boyfriend so much, even though, like, I don't know. So I was like, hey, A, do you know if Elle has a girlfriend or not? She's like, you like him, don't you? I'm like, no, I just want to make sure I don't put myself in another situation where I have an angry girlfriend yelling at me because I'm taking her boyfriend when I had no idea that he was dating anyone to begin with. And I just want to be friends with people. And she's like, I can ask him. And I'm like, no, don't ask. You're going to make it weird. You're going to make it seem like I want him or something. Like, don't do that. But this is when she starts to get suspicious of me. And I'm like, I don't even like him like that. Also, so we're texting a lot. My sister knows. She's like, dude, just call him. Like, you guys text all the time. You guys obviously like each other. You're going to start dating soon. I'm like, no, you're weird. I had my cousin, she called me, she was like, you like him, just ask him out. And I'm like, no, I don't like him. And then, eventually I do end up back at school, and I texted him and I was like, we should definitely hang out one day. Like, I think that would be fun. He's like, yeah, sure. I don't know if we ever came up with a plan there. It was just like a yeah, sure. But surely enough, on the first day of school, we did end up hanging out. Here's how it happened. So, I usually walk to a coffee shop every morning. I get my coffee, I walk around campus, or I journal a little bit. But on that particular day, I was like, I want to get a coffee and walk to the library so that I can journal, because usually the first day of school, like the coffee shop's really busy. So, um, I'm like, this is the moves, this is the plan, and who do I run into? None other than L. I'm sitting at the library table journaling, and he appears, and we share a little glance, like, huh. We do a little wave. He goes and does what he's doing. I finish up what I'm doing. I see him leave. I'm like, okay. I sit there for a little bit longer. I do my journaling. I sketch, whatever. I get up to leave. I'm walking around campus. I think this time I'm walking to work, and I bump into him again. I see him walking around. I'm like, huh. We do another awkward wave. He goes about his business. I make it to work. I text him. I'm like, what are you up to right now? Because I've seen you twice already. That's a crazy coincidence. And he's like, nothing much, like just waiting for my next class. I'm like, like we could hang out now if you want. Like, I'm only at work. Like, I can leave. This was a part-time position. It was not a full-time position. So I could like kind of leave and come back as I please. As long as I get my work done. So I'm like, do you want to meet up for lunch? We can go to the Chick-fil-A. He's like, sure. I'm like, this is great. So we meet up at the Chick-fil-A. It was very awkward. We're very awkward people. I'm a very awkward person. People don't know that. I'm very awkward. And we get in line. I order stuff. He's ordering stuff. We sit down. We proceed to talk for the next 3 hours. He almost missed his class. We sat and talked for 3 hours. I was like, this is interesting. This is cool. I mean, I kind of like him a little. This is great. And now this is where my mind gets a little fuzzy, a little hazy, because a lot happened after this, obviously, because I'm dating the man. But he leaves. He goes to class. And then I do my own thing. I think he called me that night. We spoke on the phone for hours. And then ever since then, every time he was on campus, we were hanging out every single moment. Until one Friday when my friend A is like, let's go to lunch, girly pop. I'm like, okay. And she finds me out. She's like, you like him. You like him, don't you? I didn't even know you guys texted that much. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I thought everyone text each other that much. She's like, no. Actually, I don't even talk to him that much at work. I'm like, oh, that's cool. She's like, you know a lot about him, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so she's like, dude, if you like him, just say it. And I'm like, I don't know if he has a girlfriend. She's like, no guy would be texting you that much if he had a girlfriend. I'm like, but so-and-so did. She's like, it don't matter. I don't think he would. I think he would shut that down immediately. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. Anyway, I go back. I don't tell him. We're just yapping it up. We're calling. We're hanging out. Double time now. So the first time it was 3 hours, and then I would call him for like 3 hours. But now it's like 6 hours. We're spending 6 hours together, and then calling for 3 hours. Or like it's tripling. And eventually, we are preparing for D&D. Finally, I got the message saying, hey, D&D, it's happening. Get ready for it. I'm like, okay, I'm already there. You don't have to tell me twice. So, he is getting, he's getting ready for D&D. He has D&D books. I'm like, hey, you're an expert at D&D. Like, maybe we should hang out and you can teach me D&D. Obviously, I just wanted an excuse to hang out with him more. He didn't know that. Well, maybe he did. I don't know. I have to ask him. But he brings all of his D&D books. He's explaining the rules to me. It's just me and him. We're hanging out, having a great time. That night, we go to D&D, and I didn't need to know any of the rules, actually. Me and him were the only ones who read the rules of the game. My friend A, she did not read the rules. That's great. That's okay. He is not the D&D campaign leader. why did I say it like that? He's not the DM. He's not the DM. So he was helping me set up my character, and I just watched him set his character up. And of course, like, we just had a great time. But after then, I was like, okay, you know what? I might, like, actually like this dude. Like, I should probably do something about that. So what do I do other than send mixed signals? I'm really good at that. And it got to the point where I was like, hey man, I kind of like you. Do with that information as you will. And then we pretty much, okay, technically we didn't start dating until the day after Valentine's Day for reasons that I cannot explain. However, that was changed. That our original starting point of our relationship was changed. Our anniversary was changed. He had to admit something so that I would give up the date. So what was that about? He bought a gift for me. He bought me a Valentine's Day gift. We had a no gift pact, and I was like, you broke the pact. He's like, I didn't break the pact. A Valentine's Day gift. I just bought you chocolates. I'm like, no, you broke the pact. Admit you broke the pact. And he's like, well, I'll admit I broke the pact if you admit that we started dating before February 15th. So that is not when we started dating. We started dating sometime in January. I'm not going to give you a date because that'd be weird. But yeah, that's when we started dating. And it's just been smooth sailing from there. I mean, I think we've only had like little silly disagreements. Like, it's weird to meet parents in a restaurant. It makes more sense to meet them in a non-restaurant setting. I can't think of it. At their house. And he's like, no, that's weird. You don't meet people at their house. So that was like one of our disagreements. We don't really have disagreements, and plus we talk everything out before it gets to a point where it's like actually arguing. And I know that couples all the time are like, like me and my boyfriend don't argue and this, that, and the third. I have been in relationships before. I know what arguing feels like. I know what it sounds like. This is the easiest relationship I've ever been in. And you know what? If you ever need advice onto what kind of relationship to be in a relationship where it feels easy. If it feels hard, if you're constantly pushing against something or someone, if you're telling them multiple times like, hey, I don't like it when you do this, or blah, 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 if they don't like change their actions, you don't need to be dating them. Go ahead and go on to the next person. Also, I realized that my standards for boyfriends have changed now that I'm dating him. Sorry to all the other guys out there. I don't know if you're gonna make it to my boyfriend's level. He might just be stuck with me now, and I might be stuck with him, and that's fine. But like, I have a certain expectation of how I want a guy to be, and he has excelled in that expectation. He beats every other guy I've been with at this current point in time. I see my friends dating, I get to hear all of the weird stuff they have in their relationship, and I'm very, very glad that I don't have to worry about that. Also, Ella's smart, he has a job, he gets paid a good amount. Especially for someone in our age group. He graduated with a job. Not a lot of guys in my age group graduate fresh out of college with a job. I didn't graduate fresh out of college with a job. He did, and I have faith that he will continue to do better. I really like him. You can tell that I really like him because every time I talk about him, it's nice things, great things. Every time I hear my friends talk about their boyfriends, whether they've been dating for a month or 3 years, I usually always hear them say negative things. I have nothing negative to say about him because he's great overall. Not saying that your boyfriend isn't good. I'm just saying that I have standards now and I will not hit that anymore. Anyway, thank you for listening to my boyfriend rant. I'm so glad that I did this in one take and I don't have to edit it. So if something sounds weird, looks weird, my sister's texting me. She's afraid because I guess a college just texted her or emailed her. But if something looks weird, if I'm stuttering a lot, I'm sorry. I'm not editing this video. I love YouTube. I do love editing. I like making things look pristine and perfect. However, I remember what it was like to edit a lot, and I don't want to do this for this channel. I just want to be cool. I want it to be chill, and this is where we are. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you share it, like, subscribe maybe, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, in the comments below, if you made it to the end of this video, drop an emoji. Just an emoji. Say something sweet. Ask for other things you want me to talk about. I got a lot of stories. I have roommates and just weird stuff. My life, it's a movie. In fact, everyone who knows me is like, you're in a sitcom. Like, there is a sitcom about you. Like, you were so animated, and then, like, just all this stuff happens to you all the time. How do you do it? I don't know. So, I probably have a story about every single thing. So, if you want to hear a specific topic, and I have a story for it, just leave it below. I'll make sure to make a video on it. My reading stuff, I am trying to update now. I just have to edit a video, but this is my reading journal. I did not make it to the end of the Heartless book. I think I did talk about that in the last video where I was like, I'm gonna read it. I did not finish it. I'm gonna try to finish it, but I actually have to start reading a different book for book club. It's staring at me right now, actually. I really need to finish that. I was supposed to be doing it right now, but I'm procrastinating still. Anyway, love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.